Welcome. My name is Emily Shickley, and I am honored that you have decided to journey with me in this movement practice. I'm going to be combining a variety of different disciplines designed to support you in getting out of your head, putting away those stressors, the to-dos, the responsibilities, so that you can drop into your body and be in the now. So if you're ready for all of that goodness and to move and feel good and play and have fun on your mat, so you can feel even better off your mat, let's go ahead and get started with a deep breath. So close your eyes for a moment. Take a big breath into your belly, pushing it out in front of you. Inhale into your heart. Exhale out your mouth. Beautiful. Let's get started. So we're actually going to begin in a supported, supported optional, because you might not have a pillow nearby, but I'll demo the supported version. Butterfly pose. So this is really great for opening up the inner thighs, the groin area, the hip flexors. You might be really tight. I'm pretty tight in this area because of sitting, right? So our hip flexors, they are contracted all day long if you're sitting a lot. You can see your upper back tends to round forward if you're typing at a desk. So this is a really great pose for helping counteract those things. If you do have a pillow nearby that you can grab, what you can do is kind of, or like a block, if you have a yoga block, you can create a little stack for your face. We're not going to be here for a super long time. This isn't a yin class, but if you want to try it out, you can do that. If you, for any reason, maybe have some more mobility in your ligaments, based on your body's current condition, you might want to put some pillows underneath your knees on either side, or if you don't have a prop, just hold them a little bit so you're not just splaying out into your ligaments. I'm going to go ahead and close this blind really quick so I'm not stripey for our class today. Okay. So find the variation that feels good to you. That might be just simply placing your feet together, scooching your seat as close as possible towards them, clasping your hands around your toes, and then pressing with your elbows down. Now, if you wanted to add the supports, you could do so. So maybe a pillow here, pillow here. So we can just get into more of the energetics of the pose rather than such a deep stretch. And as you lean forward, see if you can prevent yourself from just slumping in your upper back. Lift up out of your chest, squeeze your belly here, and then lean forwards. So my back's a little bit straighter than maybe naturally. Leaning forward, proud chest here. Take another big breath in. Exhale out your mouth. See if you can send your inhale into any tight parts in your legs, in your hips. Big breath in. Exhale out. One more big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Awesome. You can walk your hands back up, maybe to your ankles. I like to do a little bit of a shimmy here. Just finding a seat. So holding onto your ankles for support. See if you can straighten your back, fully lifting your chest up. We're going to go into a version of cat-cow. If at any point you'd like to just simply cross your ankles here, you can do that for our seated cat-cow. So big breath in. Exhale, round in your back. Squeeze your belly towards the back of your spine. Chin towards your chest. Shrug your shoulder blades away. Inhale, swoop forward, lifting up your heart. Breathe into your belly. Exhale, round. So I'm exaggerating a little bit here. Your cat-cow might be very subtle. Just a little bit of an arch, a little bit of a round. That's okay. Play with your body, your own extension, and your own contraction. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Cross your ankles if you haven't already. Find your tabletop. You can roll over just like I did, or sweep your feet to the side. We'll move any pillows out of the way. Let's get into our upper back a little bit here. So I like to call this wagging your tail. Gaze over your right shoulder as you bring your right hip towards your right shoulder. So you'll feel a side body stretch on your left side. Exhale, switch sides. Big inhale here, breathing into your right side of your body now. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale into your left side body. Exhale, switch sides. Last one, stay here. Big inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Step your right foot back so it's fully extended. You're on your left knee. You start to just rock into your calf here. So we're starting to wake up our legs a little bit more. Big breath into your belly. Exhale out your mouth. Good. Go ahead and switch legs. Bending your right knee down, left leg extends. You can rock. Inhale here. See if you can rise up out of your shoulder blades. You tend to sink. Plug them in. Eyes of your elbows facing forwards. Exhale back to center. Find downward facing dog. So extend your right leg out, left leg out to plank. Press back, downward facing dog. So a couple of options to modify here. You can bend your knees. This is great if you have any extra strain in your low back today. So bent knee and downward facing dog. You can also walk your hands so they're a little bit further under you. So you're more in a forward fold. You can also just come back to your knees and maybe find a child's pose. So listen to your body. Big breath. Exhale out. Big breath in. Exhale out. One more big breath. Exhale, walk your feet towards your hands. So you're finding a forward fold. You can bend your knees here, relaxing any tension again in the backs of your legs. You bring your hands to the tops of your shins, pressing your palms into your shins. Sit your hips back. So you'll feel your toes maybe lift up here as you lean back, and a stretch in your hamstrings. Big breath in. Exhale, flop it out, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. One more, inhale, halfway. Exhale. Good. Shake your head no, nod your head yes. Bend your knees more deeply here. Start to slowly stack your body on top. Rising to standing. Shrug the shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, foot your hands up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's do one Chaturanga Dandasana or vinyasa flow here. So step back for plank pose. You can modify right away coming to your knees. Just make sure your hips are in front of your knees rather than stacked. So it's not tabletop. It's an engaged version of a plank unless you need to modify for some reason. So again, you can be full plank, you can be kneeling plank. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Melt all the way down to your belly. Release your feet to the floor. A little bit of a cobra pose. So gaze down, looking towards the ground. Big breath in. Exhale, press back, child's pose. Knees wide here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, crawl forwards, keeping your knees where they are, to puppy pose. So you can do a supported puppy pose with your elbows underneath your shoulder blades. Or you can go for the full version, walking your hands out, lifting your elbows up. This is really great for digestion. It also helps elongate your spine, let go of any tension from sitting, from having it compacted. Big breath in. Exhale, release your elbows. Nice, come back all the way up to your knees. Very stripy today. It's kind of fun though. We'll We'll go with it. So interlace your hands behind your back, show your shoulder blades down, lifting your heart. Big breath in. Exhale. Tuck your chin to your chest. If you want to go for camel pose at this point, if that will serve you today, you can do so. Placing your hands on your lower back for support. Maybe your palms or your fingertips are down versus a traditional version. Lift up out of your heart, lean back. If you're not doing camel pose, just interlace your hands again, lift up out of your heart. So it's not such a back bend per se, but more of releasing your shoulders. Big breath in. Exhale out. Okay, figured out the stripes. All right, release. Woo, shake out your arms. Go ahead and find a child's pose to counter. Inhale into your belly. Exhale out of your mouth. Good. Come back up to tabletop. Downward facing dog. Hips go up to the sky. Big breath into your belly. Exhale out your mouth. Bring your feet together. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step through for your low lunge. Low lunge here. Oftentimes, if you are constricted in your hamstring, or maybe you're newer to practice, your leg will stop here. And that's okay, just go ahead and use your hand, pick it up, place it in front of you, so you can get that nice long, low lunge. Again, if you need to modify for any reason, you can just lower your left knee down. Supported variation. We're gonna work into our hamstrings a little bit here, and our hip flexors. So take a big breath in. Again, you can de-modify like I am right now. I'll show that version first. Reach your arms up to the sky. This is your hip flexor stretch. So it's kneeling. Big breath in. Exhale, hands down. Hamstring stretch. Sweep your right foot forwards, then tip your toes back towards your face. So we're not just hinging in our hip. That puts a lot of strain on your joints. You want to have your hips stacked over your knee here. Nice support. If you want to go into the full version of the stretch for a little bit more intensity, you can stay in your low lunge, press your hips back, straightening your front knee. Big breath in, exhale, hip flexor stretch, low lunge, a little bit of a challenge here for your muscles. Ooh, hands back down. So you can do any variation of this. Maybe for your low lunge, you go to the modified version. Maybe for your hamstring stretch, you go for full version. So it's really up to you. I want you to play with this. We're going to do a flow back and forth between these two movements. So move with your breath. Inhale to rise for whatever your hip flexor stretch is. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, hamstring stretch. Exhale here. Inhale. Exhale, come back to your hip flexor stretch. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press back. Inhale here. Exhale, forward. So move with your body, challenging yourself in whatever way feels good. One breath, one movement here. We got two more. Finish up with your hamstring stretch, breathing here. Exhale, knee comes down, tabletop. Woo. Give yourself a little wiggle. Check in with your body. Notice how maybe one side feels a little different than the other now. Just acknowledge that. When you're ready, exhale, hips back up, downward facing dog. Option to add a little bit of heat here if you want, moving through a little vinyasa. Totally optional. All right, left side, bring your feet together. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step through. Again, you can use your hand to help support you here. Get into your long, low lunge. Pick your variation. Maybe knee comes down to start. You can always change it up, play around. We'll begin our flow. So find your hip flexor stretch, maybe kneeling lunge or low lunge, arms forward. Big breath in, exhale out, big inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, maybe if you're doing the modified one, sweep forward, exhale, toes towards face. Inhale here, exhale, inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, switch. Keep going at your own pace. Come back to your hip flexor stretch, last one. And end on your hamstring stretch. Exhale, knees down, find your tabletop, take a wide knee child's pose. Arms out in front of you. Bring your forehead to the mat if that's available to you. If not, you can create a little tower with your fists for your forehead. A little bit more supportive. Really focus on getting your tailbone to curl down here. Helps release your low back. Big breaths in. Exhale out. Inhale, release, come back to tabletop. Sweep your legs underneath you for a seat. We're actually going to do some side stretches, so I'll give two variations. First variation, left arm up, left arm down, right arm up, and reach. So this is a more supported version of a side stretch. If you want to get really deep into your obliques and lats, rise up onto your knees, extend your right leg out long. So you're stacking your hip on top of your left knee, left shoulder on top of left wrist, reaching arm up overhead. So you see how this is a little bit deeper. You can use whichever variation feels good to you today. So finding your side bend, big breath in, exhale out, big breath in, exhale out. Both versions, round down for your raised right arm, sweep forward to the middle, exhale, switch sides. So if you're in the version I'm doing, left leg out long. If you're in the seated version, right hand beside you, left arm overhead. Big breath in, lift up through your chest as your arm naturally arches down. Send your breath into your side body. Exhale, release, rounding down again. You might feel a little bit of a stretch in your lats, which is always kind of nice. And come back to the seat. We're gonna move on to our backs. So shift your hips. Find a nice supported way to get down, or if you want, you can add some core work and lower down slowly. Taking your time. Let's go into happy baby pose. So kicking your feet up towards the sky, wrapping your arms around the outsides of your feet, if that's available to you. If your glutes shoot up off the mat, lock your hands down to your ankles. The whole point of happy baby pose is really to get your spine flat on the mat. So if you need to, you can even walk your hands to behind your thighs for support. If you have your hands on your feet, you may enjoy extending it into your hamstrings, maybe finding little archers pose, kicking one leg out straight at a time. Breathe into your belly, exhale out your nose, maybe out your mouth. Just let your nervous system wind down. Maybe you rock side to side if that feels good in your back. Then exhale, open your arms out and flop your knees over to your right. Now, if you have any contraindications, you won't want to do a closed twist like this. So I recommend instead that you hug your knees into your chest with your knees wide for support. Big breath in, exhale out. You can gaze in the opposite direction if you're in a twist. Exhale, slowly flop your knees to the other side. And if you are doing a modification, you might want to find figure four. Really nice for your hips. Crossing one ankle over the other. And if in your twist, maybe you gaze in the opposite direction. That feels good. And if you're doing figure four, go ahead and switch sides. Wherever you are, breathe deeply here. In and out through your nose, or in through your nose, out through your mouth. When you're ready, let's all find Shavasana today. So corpse pose to end, palms up towards the sky if that feels okay. Or you can place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Breathing here. We won't be here for too long, so I encourage you to stay. This is a really powerful restorative pose. So breathe in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Keep going, keep breathing. I'm going to play some singing bowls here for you. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And if you're feeling called today, I invite you to add in a mantra. The mantra is inhale Sat, exhale Nam. Sat, Nam means the sound of truth. Your truth. Really powerful mantra. Helps you connect to your true self and helps the mind focus for this short period of time. So totally optional. Listen to your heart. Whatever you do, keep breathing. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing yourself back into your body. If you've traveled, and you can close out your mantra, ending on Nam, your exhale. Gently make your way to one side, cradling your head with your elbows. I'm going to just take another minute here in this in-between space. And just notice maybe what's shifted in your body or your mind by showing up for yourself today. And taking these short minutes to move and breathe with intention. Eyes closed if that resonates with you. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and we'll close practice together with a big breath. So exhale everything out. Inhale into your belly, inhale into your heart. Exhale out your mouth. Namaste.